Friday, everyone. That's if you're watching this on Friday. I know sometimes we move our slides around a bit, but last week, Friday, we started our work on adjectives, and I showed you this poster, and we talked about how an adjective is a describing word and it describes a noun. And we focused on those five senses. If we can think of our five senses when we're trying to add an adjective to a sentence, that might help us pick some words a little more easily. So remember, we're thinking of nouns. We're trying to make it more descriptive, more interesting when we add adjectives. I found this next poster, which also used some describing words, and they did words for hearing, which I thought had some really good sounds: mumble, rumble, squeal, tasting words. So when we think of the sense of taste, bitter, bland, spicy, tangy, I like that word. Some words with feelings. When you're touching it, remember the sense of touch. Maybe it's furry or prickly. Some ones with sense of smell. It might smell burnt or musty or rotten. Try not just to say it smelled good or bad. And words using our sense of sight. When we look at something, it looks crooked or it's shabby or cluttered. Today we're focusing on this next one, color words. And I just loved some of these colors they chose. Instead of saying something is blue, they called it aqua. But that's our focus for today. Today we're going to continue with adjectives, but we're going to move on and think about adjectives that tell the color, the size, the shape, and the number. So don't forget the sense ones, but let's think of size. Look at some of our adjectives down this column. When you look at something, describe the size or the shape or the color of it, or even numbers can be an adjective. It's adding more detail to your noun. So on this slide, I have a couple of pictures. I have some fish and some donuts. Maybe you can spend some time with your class taking a look at each picture and thinking of some adjectives that you could use to describe these fish, and the same with these donuts. Look around your classroom, pick up an object. Can you think of some adjectives that might describe it? We don't want too many. We don't want to make it sound silly by adding 10 adjectives in front of the word fish or behind the word fish, but 2 or 3 make it more interesting. It paints a clearer picture in your mind or who you're talking to about what you're describing. So we're going to continue working with adjectives. Remember, they focus on a noun and they add more detail. So good luck with this. Have some fun, and I'll see you next week.